Today we are talking about Jeffrey Epstein, American businessman, sex offender, and human trafficker, 1953 to 2019. Jeffrey Edward Epstein, January 20th, 1953 to August 10th, 2019, was an American billionaire businessman, child sex offender, serial rapist, and human trafficker, initially known for his success in finance. He began his career as a teacher at Dalton School, where he was hired by Donald Barr despite not having a college degree. Mark Epstein positions work-life alma mater Current Institute of Sciences Mathematics, September 1971 to June 1974, Cooper Union, 1969 to 1971, Lafayette High School, -1969, educated by Alan S. Greenberg, occupation, teacher, investment banker, financial expert, trader, banker, languages, English, business, finance, trading, employee at Jeffrey Epstein v. Foundation, Bear Stearns. Towers Financial Foundation, the Dalton School, wealth, $559,120,954, June 30, 2019, $577,672,654 United States dollars, August 10, 2019, sex trafficking charges, in 2008 punishment. Imprisonment, signature Jeffrey Epstein's signature locations IMDb related page in IMDb website edit source. Edit in 2005, Palm Beach, Florida. Police opened an investigation into Epstein after a mother reported that he had sexually assaulted her 14-year-old daughter. Federal officials identified 36 girls, some as young as 14, whom Epstein allegedly sexually abused. Epstein pleaded guilty and was convicted in 2008 by a Florida state court on charges of exploiting and soliciting child prostitution. He was convicted of only those two crimes as part of a controversial plea deal agreed to by Alexander Acosta of the U.S. Department of Justice, and spent nearly 13 months in detention with extended work leave. Epstein was arrested again on July 6, 2019, on federal charges of sex trafficking of minors in Florida and New York. He died in his cell on August 10, 2019. Barbara Sampson, the New York City, who at the time was awaiting trial on 4 counts of murder, was questioned about the Epstein case. He denied having any knowledge of what happened. Correctional staff suspect he attempted suicide, but have not ruled out the possibility that it was planned or that he was assaulted by another inmate. According to NBC News sources, Epstein may have tried to hang himself. A third said the injuries were not serious and could have been staged. And a fourth source said assault by his cellmate had not been ruled out. After that incident, he was placed under observation reserved for people with suicidal tendencies. 6 days later, on July 29, 2019, Epstein was removed from probation and placed in a special housing unit with another inmate. People close to Epstein said he was in good spirits. When Epstein was placed in a special housing unit, the prison informed the Department of Justice that he would have a cellmate, and that a guard would check the cell every 30 minutes. These procedures were not followed on the night of his death. On August 9, 2019, Epstein's cellmate was moved out, but no one took his place. Later in the evening, contrary to normal prison procedures, Epstein was not checked every 30 minutes. The 2 guards assigned to inspect his prison unit fell asleep that night and did not check on him for approximately 3 hours. The guards falsified relevant records. 2 cameras in front of Epstein's cell also malfunctioned that night. CCTV footage released in July 2025, showing part of a public area inside the Metropolitan Correction Center where Epstein was being held. There is a minute missing from the footage, as the time on the clock jumps from 11 hours 58 minutes and 58 seconds to 12 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Epstein was found dead in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, MCC, in New York City at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time on August 10, 2019. The Bureau of Prisons said life-saving measures began immediately upon the discovery of Epstein's body. Leaning forward would not result in a fracture of the neck bones. On August 16, 2019, New York City coroner Barbara Sampson ruled Epstein's death a suicide. According to Epstein's defense attorney, Sampson only saw 9 minutes of footage from a security camera to help her reach her conclusion. Epstein's defense attorneys were not satisfied with Sampson's conclusions and were conducting their own independent investigation into Epstein's cause of death, including taking legal action, if necessary, to view pivot camera footage near his cell during the night of his death. Epstein's lawyers said the evidence surrounding Epstein's death was more consistent with murder than suicide. Michael Baden, an independent pathologist hired by Epstein's family, observed the autopsy. In October 2019, Baden said Epstein suffered a number of injuries, including a broken neck bone, that are highly unusual in suicidal hangings and would occur more commonly in homicidal strangulation. Baden stated that he believed the evidence pointed to murder, not suicide. Last will and testament. On August 18, 2019, it was reported that Jeffrey Epstein signed his last will and testament on August 8 of the same year, 2 weeks after he was found injured in his cell, and only 2 days before his death. Up until that point, Epstein had been depositing money into the prison cafeteria accounts of some other inmates to avoid being assaulted. The signing of the will was witnessed by 2 lawyers who knew him personally, and the will appointed 2 of his old employees as executors. It also transferred all of his assets, in addition to any property remaining in his estate, to a trust fund. An Attorney General Pam Bondi